the rise of ancient evil. Centuries after the events of Genesis, mankind grew and spread, but so too did their corruption. Kingdoms rose and fell, driven by greed, envy, and war. As hatred flourished, something began to take shape in the darkness, something ancient, something that had never been given a name. It did not desire, nor did it plot. It simply fed. By 2300 BC, two cities, Akkad and Mardama, stood as bitter rivals, locked in an endless struggle for dominance. Their hatred ran so deep that their very soil was stained with the blood of the fallen. War became their language, destruction their legacy. One fateful night, the warriors of Akkad, seeking to end the war once and for all, marched under the cover of darkness to launch a surprise attack on Mardama. But they never reached their destination. From the abyss between worlds it came. Xa'Kall. It slithered through the ranks like living shadow, its form shifting, its essence devouring. Xa'Kall had no shape. It was formless, an ever-changing mass of darkness that adapted to the terror it evoked. The warriors barely had time to scream before their limbs were severed, their eyes consumed by the void. The creature's eyes, dark, so dark that they seemed to pull in light, like a gravity that sucked in the very essence of the world around it, glowed with an insatiable hunger for pain. The darkness drank their suffering, and by dawn all that remained were torn bodies and the stench of death. When the people of Akkad found the massacre, they did not see an entity beyond their understanding. They saw an act of war. Enraged, they gathered their forces and stormed Mardama at first light, certain that their rivals were responsible. But as they approached the city's gates, the air thickened. The shadows lengthened unnaturally. A deep, guttural wail rippled through the wind. And then Xa'Kall came again. Hatred had summoned it once more, and it did not discriminate. The entity descended upon both armies, its very presence unraveling flesh from bone, consuming screams before they could fully escape trembling lips. Mardama, like Akkad, fell in a single night. By morning, both cities were silent. Their streets were empty, their people gone. Only one man survived, a lone traveler from Lagash, a scribe who had watched from afar. Terrified beyond reason, he fled, inscribing what he had witnessed onto clay tablets. He warned of the entity that did not hunger for land, gold, or power. It hungered only for hate. His warnings were ignored, his records were lost to time. But in the ruins of Akkad and Mardama, where no life dared to settle, whispers remained, and those who strayed too close would sometimes hear it, the sound of nails sharpening against stone. Xa'Kall does not rest. Xa'Kall does not desire. It simply waits for hatred to call it forth once more. For more stories like follow or subscribe, drop a comment with your thoughts or any story suggestions you'd love to see next.